Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and I'm here for the reading for the Scorpios out there for January 28th through February 3rd. I hope all the Scorpios out there have an amazing day, and I also hope you guys have an amazing week. And once again, I'd like to thank you all to my channel and those who have taken the time to also watch my videos. So without no further ado, let's get it right into the reading. So let's see what's going on for the Scorpios out there for January 28th through February 3rd. And I'm doing one more shuffle and I will begin. Okay. So we have the Six of Swords. So we have you guys moving away. And I feel like if you guys have not moved away physically, you guys have definitely moved away mentally. And I feel it's only a matter of time before, if you haven't already physically moved away from this situation, you will. I feel like you are definitely taking what you have and leaving the rest behind. And we have the Fool card here. So I feel like you guys are going on to new beginnings. You are leaving all that stress that you went through in 2018 because Venus was retrograding in Scorpio. Mercury was retrograding in Scorpio. It was a lot going on. And also, you guys went through a lot of experiences also when Jupiter was in Scorpio as well. So now that he's in Sagittarius, I feel like now you guys are starting to see more of the new beginning, and also you guys experiment with the Sagittarius energy too, because for example, me, I'm born like November 22nd. So I'm literally 0 degrees Sagittarius. Some people say to believe in cups, some people don't. But to me personally, I have not truly felt like a whole Sagittarius, because Scorpios are like investigator, private eye type of, they like deep research. And combine that with Sagittarius, so I felt like I always had some Scorpio too. And because my feelings was very intense like a Scorpio, so I recognize both sides of Scorpio being at the end when it's just beginning Sagittarius. So even me, I'm experiencing this as well. Like, I'm picking up the pieces to what has happened as well. And with the Fool here, like, I feel the Fool has been coming out for a lot of signs because this is a time of renewal, especially because all the planets are direct. 2018 was a big year for a lot of people, especially because it was 11 year. And I felt like 2018 is already emphasized of what was going on. And you could be on the higher vibration of the number 11, or you could be on the lower vibration. So I feel like you guys are trying to focus on where you want to go from here. Excited about the new beginning. And you could also be feeling some type of conflict, because that's usually normal when you go into a new beginning, because you don't really know what to expect. And I feel like you Scorpios out there are really making sure into this new beginning that it is really something stable. That there are no secrets, because you guys are very good at finding out secrets. So we have the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So this week you could get some communication that could help relieve the stress that you've been going through. That's great, because this is fast communication as well. And I feel like this has definitely helped you move forward. It brings you from the Six of Swords. You know how it's kind of sad and gloomy and gray, and then you go through the processes and it goes into higher swords like 8 and 9. So I feel like this good news that you will receive, I feel, will help ease the stress that you're going through. We have the Page of Cups. So it could be someone sending you a message about how they want to give a cup of emotion to you. I feel like the page, even though it is immature, however, is planting a seed. So this person may see you going through a tough time, and maybe they want to extend a hand to you, extend some comfort to you during this time. That could be why the message is here. Maybe it was somebody you haven't heard from in a while that came out of nowhere and said, hey, you know, how you doing? Did you want to meet up? And this could be someone that you thought probably forgot about you. You know what I'm saying? And you guys maybe had to go separate ways. And this person just happened to come back at a great time because you did have a good relationship with this person. It could be a friend. It could be anyone. But I feel like whoever is extending this cup is causing you to also ease out that stress, which is great. And we have the Hierophant. So I feel like you guys could be doing a lot of trying to figure out what's going on spiritually with you guys. I feel like you could be looking out for people, for example, on YouTube. It doesn't have to, I don't just look at this Hierophant as religion. I look at it as someone who is a trusted person. Maybe you're going through a whole spiritual awakening and you don't know what's going on, and you find a person on YouTube. For example, I watch Aluna. I love her videos. She's like my Hierophant. Not like I look up to her, like where I don't have my own inner guidance, but I feel like she is a great person that can help you along your way. And that's just the one example of a few that I watch. So I feel like you guys could be on YouTube trying to figure out what's going on with the energies so you guys could be better equipped. That could be another thing as well. So let's go into one more card. So I have 7. We have the Emperor. So we have you guys definitely taking control, which is now for the Scorpios out there. We know that Pluto, you guys' ruling planet, has to do with control. So make sure that you guys are not trying to control everything. Because I know that could be challenging because you can't sometimes help it because it has to do with Pluto. But I feel like long as you're taking control in the right way, that you're not trying to control to kind of manipulate people to do what you want them to do, because there is a line between that. So let's see why the 6 of Swords is here. We have the 6 of Wands. So you guys look at this as a victory. Something you look like you've been waiting for. Wow. 6 of Swords. 6 of Wands and 6 of Swords. Twice in the same row. You have 666. Now, a lot of people would be like, oh no, that's the devil's number or whatever. But to me, all numbers, there's higher and lower vibrations of every number. So I feel like this is bringing harmony because 6 is balance. So I feel like you're bringing balance mentally and when it comes to your passions as well. I feel like maybe this could have been something that got in the way. But yeah, you guys are definitely done with this situation. You guys are glad. You got the 6 of Swords. I'm glad I left 6 of Swords. So you guys are just floating right on to your new beginning with the Fool here. So let's see, why is the Fool here? We have the King of Cups. So we have you guys taking this to the chin. You guys are realizing that it made you a better person. And as you go into this new beginning, through these situations, especially prior towards the end of 2018, you have learned a lot about yourself. And now you probably are starting to see the new beginning start to manifest in your life. And we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, let's see why the 7 of Swords is here. Why is the 7 of Swords here? Okay, we have the 7 of Cups and the Devil. Now, this is so interesting because I feel as you go into new beginnings, Scorpio, be careful of the energies that are around you. I feel like because you're moving into a better spot, there could be people that will try to deceive you. And I feel like the more spiritually advanced you are, that means that the more, you know, the energies are going to try to disguise themselves. So just make sure you're keeping a closer eye on what's around you. And also make sure that you're not looking at this new beginning as all the options that you could have in the me aspect. I feel like, because that's when you attract the devil energy to you. I feel like if you look at this new beginning not only for yourself, but how it could make you a better person and others around you, and not just a selfish motive as well. So let's see why the Five of Wands is here. So I feel like if you're in a state of confusion, like let's say this new beginning, you haven't seen it yet, and you're currently in a state of confusion, and there's been some deception brought up like around you, or someone shared something that was deceptive that caused this illusion state, be careful not to stay in that energy, because I feel like this deception could cause you to actually be in a devil energy and be very toxic to not only yourself but others around you, because you might have an uncontrollable impulse to get ready to transform somebody, because that's what Pluto does. He transforms and breaks down. No mercy. He don't care if you hurt. He don't care. So I feel like be careful of that. Be more of the King of Cups as you're going on into this, and be more emotionally balanced. So let's see why the Five of... Ooh, okay. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Wands. So I feel like as you're going on to this new journey, it could feel internal conflict, because maybe you haven't saw yourself in the light that you now see yourself. Maybe this new beginning has really opened up your mind to how low you could have possibly settled. And this doesn't have to mean a relationship. It could be friendships. It could be a job. It could be family. I feel like now that you moved away, I feel like maybe you looked at, wow, I'm glad that I'm aware now of what was my versions of stability. Maybe you built your foundations on something shaky, and when those retrogrades came through, it felt like a burden. But I felt like it only happened so you could realize what you're truly investing your time in, and is it really for the best for you, or is it best for you to control? Control comes in many different forms. So I feel like you could have been trying to control a situation. Maybe you had no choice but to move forward, but you took it to the chin, like I said, and moved away. But I feel like it also brought new awareness. Like, man, I do have some things inside myself. Maybe I have built my foundations on faulty grounds, that once was fruitful, but now it became a burden. And I feel like that's a theme for a lot of signs too. I feel like there's a lot of clearing out old stuff, especially with the North Nodes in Cancer. I feel like it's really pushing us to ask us, what do we count as stability, not in the physical. Now, you'd be surprised, many people will not be able to answer that. A lot of people look at stability as, okay, I got a job, okay, I make 100K a year, okay, I got a job, oh, okay. But when you ask them emotionally where you stand, they be like, somebody treat me nice. You see how we've been taught that it's just physical stability, but we was always in the Capricorn energy. But now that the North Node is here, is knocking all those old foundations down and bringing out the true stress and burden of these situations to bring it to your awareness. And you may not like that, but it's necessary, because these wounds have to come out in these ways of thinking. So let's see why the Nine of Swords is reversed, and let's see why the Eight of Wands is here. Why is the Eight of Wands here? What is this communication? We have Three of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. So I feel like this could be someone bringing you a truth about a situation. And it's somebody you're going to engage with too, and they're on King energy. So this could be the person that they may come off. It could be a person that might be a bit younger too, and with the page here. But at the same time, I feel like this person speaks their mind. They're very clear about what they want when they engage with you. So I feel like in the midst of all this, you could actually bump into someone who actually helps shed some truth on you in your ways. It could be someone who sees right through you. Now, Scorpios, that's scary for them. That's scary to know that someone could see through them, because they used to seeing through other people. So I feel like you can honestly meet your match, where now you're going to this new beginning. You're going to meet someone who mirrors you in the way that they act, to the point that now you have no choice but to be aware of how you are. And it probably ties into why you even stayed in these decisions before anyway, in the past. So I feel like this person is definitely here to bring some truth. Let's see why the Page of Cups is here. And like I said, this doesn't have to be like a partner or anything. It could be a friend, or it's someone definitely mature, especially with the King here. You could have a talk with your mom, your dad, your older sister, older brother, auntie. It doesn't matter, but I feel like they could really set some truth. Like, hey, you aren't all put together either now. So we have the 8 of Cups. And we have the Knight of Cups. So we have the Page of Cups, the 8 of Cups. And this is interesting because I feel like with the Page of Cups, you probably... This could have been the Page of Cups situation too that you walked away from. And now you feel that you're ready to move on to... Well, after you walked away, it could be someone else with the Knight of Cups here. Because, you know, Scorpios tend to draw in a lot of people, even though they're not trying. So I feel like it was only a matter of time before someone else was going to try to give you some type of attention. But however, I feel like if these wounds aren't healed and you are not realizing why you build the foundations that you do, are they based on pain? Are they based on fears? Are they based on old wounds you still have that you try to protect yourself? Because if so, if you're doing out of fear, you're going to keep meeting people that's on the Jack or a Page, and you may wonder why. Like, man, I'm trying to be on King status, but emotionally, like inside, like outside, you can look the King of Cups, of course, but in the inside, you still might be a Page or a Knight yourself. So I feel like it's really time to analyze what's going on still within you and how you've grown before you really go into this new beginning. So you don't go into this new beginning just to manifest the same thing. How many times have we done that? We left a broken relationship, right? We think, okay, we're going on to new beginnings. That's over. And you meet the same person. And you be like, oh, that's over. You see what I'm saying? Until you start to look inside of why you attract these kind of people who are not capable at the moment. Not saying they won't ever be, but some people never change. That's true. And some people do. It depends. But however, I feel like it's time for you to analyze what is it within you that's also attracting these people to you. So let's see why the Hierophant is here. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you guys are definitely going to listen to some advice. I feel like this was a stern conversation maybe someone had with you that kind of had to check you. You know, Scorpios like to put out... Well, they don't like to put out everybody's secrets, but they like to find out everybody's secrets and use it for their own advantage too sometimes. But I feel like when you talk to this person, they shed this light on it. They're going to tell you to work on cutting out things that no longer serve you. Maybe to work on cutting out trying to control things. Work out trying to get all in somebody's mind just for your personal gain, because you might have some toxic traits as well that's also attracting these people, like I said. So maybe that person is telling you, hey, it's time to cut some stuff off. So let's see, what is it that you could cut off? Because like I said, at the end of the day, like I say in my videos, I'm only here to help. I'm not here to tell you what to do. So I'm just gonna see why the Queen of Swords is here. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, they definitely help share some truth with you. And I feel like now that you get it, I feel like now you're able to really look inside and be like, okay, now I see where I went wrong. I see how people deceive me because I've been deceiving myself. Like, people only portray to you what you already portray to yourself. And I feel like now you're finally realizing that. If people was holding secrets from you, what parts of yourself have you kept hidden to even yourself? There could be memories you don't want to think about. It also plays a point too. So let's see why the Emperor is here. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 2 of Swords. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. I feel like after some time, you guys are deciding to put an end to those behaviors if you have any toxic behaviors. And if this is not you, then you are deciding to get rid of people who exhibit those toxic behaviors that could bring that energy into your life. But I feel like either overall, if it's you or the other person, I still feel like it's you still should take a look inside, because everything doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So Scorpios out there, I hope you have an amazing day, and thank you for checking out my channel, and I see you guys later.